Good morning, and welcome. Today is the 10th of January 2025. My name is Moraro Nematayeni, and I am looking forward to going through this planning session with you. And before we continue, I just want to say I hope your goals are going well and that everything that you have planned for is going accordingly. As we start, I just want us to firstly recap in terms of what we spoke about last week. So last week we had a goal setting session where we discussed dreaming big, setting smart goals, and we also looked at the 6 key goal setting areas, which were career, financial, health, personal development, relationships, and community. So it's important that we keep these goals in mind as we plan. One thing that I've learned is that everything is connected. And as we continue with our journey, you will need to see how these goals plan out on the day-to-day lives. So as we continue on this journey, I just want to say once again, feel welcome. And I hope you had a moment to look at our goal setting session. And as I said, this is a build up on last week's goal setting, and we want to create a practical roadmap for 2025. We're going to go to the introductions where it'll be just a brief introduction. You can introduce yourself, where you're based, what you do, and also share one of your goals for 2025. Just pick one that you're comfortable with. For example, I will start with the introduction and then I will hand over to you to also introduce yourself. My name is Moraro Nematayeni. I am a certified financial planner by profession. I'm based in Thohoyandou, in Limpopo, and one of my goals, I will choose the personal development goal. So one of my goals in 2025 is to read at least 52 books. That's a book a week. And I know it sounds too ambitious, but sometimes we gotta have to stretch ourselves and then be audacious and also set goals and also break it down so that we can manage it on the day-to-day basis. Before we continue, I would just like to hand over to you to introduce yourself. Itumeleng, Sylvia, Ndebeko, if we can start in that order. Itumeleng.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning. My name is Itumeleng. I am a mom, and I'm currently in Bloemfontein. And I'm sorry if I sound a bit sloppy. I think I've only just woken up and I saw this reminder on my email, and yeah, I'm still a little bit asleep. And goals. Discipline. I need to be disciplined this year about a lot of things. And I think that's the number one thing that I can say my goal is. Just remind myself every day that you need to be disciplined and yeah, just stay on track in whatever that you had planned that you'll be doing. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you so much for sharing. Sylvia, if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia. I am based in Johannesburg. I work for PepsiCo. My 2025 goal is to complete my CIMA and also to have a successful community event at a successful community project at a school. Yeah, that's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ndebeko. Ntembeko.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
We can hear you.
Good morning, guys. I think I have a network problem.
Morning.
Okay, my name is Ntembeko. I'm from Johannesburg. Okay, Sis Mulalo, I am here to learn, and then also I want to further my studies, for 2025. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Anyone else that would like to introduce themselves? You're most welcome to unmute, introduce yourself, where you're based, what you do. If there's successes that you would like to share, you're most welcome to share. And if you're comfortable, you can share with us one of your goals for 2025.
Hi, morning everyone.
Morning, Rosanna.
My name is Rudzani Maboy. I am based in Polokwane. I have many hats that I wear, and hopefully I'll wear more while I master the other ones. The goal for this year, to be honest, is to believe that I deserve better. You know, when you believe that you deserve better, your mind shifts and then your actions become what you believe in. So just that first step, that I deserve better than I'm already doing. I deserve a better me. I deserve a better health. I deserve a better finance. I deserve a better communication style. So that's my biggest goal for this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing, Rosanna. Can we get one last?
Morning, everyone. Morning, Mulalo. Morning, everyone on the line. My name is Mpolo Eng. So my goals for this year, it's my studies, because I've registered with UNISA CTA, and also keeping fit, which is my second goal. And they go hand in hand because with this course, I need all the energy. And I think joining this session is more of staying disciplined and focused throughout the year, because in order for me to be successful in those goals, that is required. So yes, that's from my side.
Thank you very much for that introduction. I will just on my video for those that didn't see me, that came in after 7 when we started. Since we are keeping this as a 30-minute session, and make sure that 7 o'clock we're starting so that we can finish in time. Last week we did a whole hour, so now we're gonna try keep it to 30 minutes so that you can prepare yourselves for work and also do other things. So today's session is on planning. And some people may be wondering, why are we doing planning? So the objective is for you to break down your goals into actionable monthly, weekly, and also daily plans. And it's important to understand that when we plan, it allows us to get that clarity that we need in order to get things done. And then I love that someone spoke around discipline. And when you focus, you become more disciplined because you get to avoid the distractions and stay aligned to your goals. I did indicate that the book that I'm reading is Goals. And with that, it's all about writing down your goals, making a plan, and working on those plans every single day. And as we do that, we're able to reduce the overwhelm. And sometimes we feel like, oh, I need to pass this thing, but I don't know where to start or how I'm going to do this. So as we plan, we're able to break this down into small actionable steps And as we complete one step, we are able to build the consistency that we need. There's always a saying where they say failing to plan is planning to fail. So there's also another quote that says the best way to create to predict the future is to create it. So as we do the planning, we're basically creating our own future as we like. So in terms of breaking down the goals, it's important that we review the big goals. So if you haven't watched last week's session, I will encourage you to go and watch that session, because we spoke about the 6 different areas that one can look at. There's different areas that you can also include as you do your goal setting. You might find that as you go through the session, the spiritual section is not covered that much. And also people that are in business, you'd also need to do goals for your own business. So it's important that we have that done so that we can be able to have something to follow through as we go through the month. I did speak about how flat tummy was one of my biggest goals. So for the year, and then that would fall under health and wellness. And as I broke it down, I was like, yep, I need to lose like 30 Ks in the next 6 months by following a balanced diet. And when I put it like that, it makes it easier to say, okay, we're saying 6 months or we're saying a year. Let's break that down in terms of numbers, something achievable, so that if I can say, we're on the 10th now, I still have 2.5 kg that I still need to lose for this month. What would I need to do to ensure that I lose that 2.5 kg? So that's just another example of how do we break it down. But before we get to the monthly and the weekly, there's another thing that I did with our team last week, Monday, or this week, Monday, where we were looking at the year, and also we were planning our calendar in terms of social media. And that was one of the effective things that I used in the past year, where I said, January, what are we focusing on? And let's tailor our content to speak to this. February, Valentine is coming. Let's tailor something around that. Or International Mother Tongue Day or Mother Tongue Language Day is coming. So let's tailor content around that. March, what's in March? Human rights, International Women's Day, those type of things where you can just start with a broad outlook of how the year would look like, so that you don't wake up one day and say, oops, it's September, Konje, it's Heritage Month, Konje, it's Wills Month. It's something that gets planned for now in January. And then once you've done that, you are able to then create content that will speak to that. But coming back to today's session and today's presentation, I would say that in order to break down the goals into monthly steps, you would need to review your big goals. So on each area, you could have one, or in some areas, you could have none at all. So this is personal. So I might have a goal with regards to my personal development. I want to read 52 plus books, and someone can have something totally different or nothing at all under that section, and it is okay. And so you would identify milestones for each goal. There's a study group that was created from last week's session. So anyone that is studying and would like to be a part of that, we do regular check-ins in different times when we're studying, mostly in the morning, where you have other people that assure you that indeed we are putting in the work when it comes to making sure that we achieve our goals. So you can identify those milestones. If one of the goals is to, say, for example, finish your studies at the end of the year, start creating that milestone to say, okay, I've got a yearly course. What do I need to do in order to make sure that I complete everything that I need to complete? And when do I want to complete those things? And then if you're saying by April, then okay, what do I need to do now in January to make sure that when April comes, I've already covered everything that I need to cover, and then now I can focus on other tasks and revision. Once you've done those milestones, you need to assign those milestones to specific months. And then you prioritize those tasks for that particular month. So if I've got 6 chapters that I need to read and I need to do them in 6 weeks, so it means on week 1, I will focus on what I need to read on week 1, and I don't have to worry about what's on chapter 4 or chapter 6. I just focus on exactly what is on week 1, and that is something manageable, and then I decide when I want to do that. Another example that one put up on the financial goal was, maybe I want to save 12,000 Rand in 2025. What is the monthly milestone? It's save 1,000 Rand each month. And then what do I need to do weekly? I need to be able to track my expenses and also allocate savings. Others, it will be an exercise that we do once a month. The moment I get paid, I said, okay, 1,000 Rand, it's going to savings. So I take that 1,000 Rand and then I put it aside and then I continue. So that is what you do when you break down those goals. So as we complete this session, I would like to urge you to say, on the goals that you've written down, go and do the planning, break it down to monthly milestones, and then ask yourself, what do I need to do every single month? What do I need to do every single week? And then as you see the picture for the week, you'll also be able to say, what do I need to do on a day-to-day basis to ensure that this is a successful year ahead? And another thing that I picked up while doing my planning, it's when you break it down to a day, it feels like it's going to be restrictive. It feels like you are time blocking, or you can't do anything else. Flexibility is key when it comes to achieving your goals. And if some of the things do not make sense for you at this point, I know it's fancy to have different goals, but if you can have at least just one for the year and work on that. You could say, I want to read my Bible every single day as a spiritual goal. And you can say, I want to read books and I need to read that as a book every single day. So in order to, you could just collapse that. The Bible is also a book. Collapse that and then make sure that it is one goal where you're saying, I'm reading books, but books will serve different things, because if it's books related to finances, then you just speak to some of your financial skills, financial goals. If it's books related to your studies, that you can also count as books that you are reading, so that you don't feel the pressure to say, oh, I actually need to read this other books, but I have books that I need to read for school. This is just to assure you that everything that we do is interconnected, and it's important that we find that connection, we create that connection for ourselves so that we don't get overwhelmed. I'm just going to check if there is any comments. You're most welcome to write on the chat. You're most welcome to raise your hand if you would like to contribute, to ask a question, or to seek for clarity. Another aspect that we're coming to, which I would love all of us to get involved in, is on the next session that speaks about the planning tools. So this purely asks the question, what works for you? And there's different tools that are available when one is doing planning. Other people like to keep it digital, so there is different calendars. Others use Google Calendar. There is also other different apps and calendars that are available out there that help you able to plan your day on a digital platform. where if you need to book a meeting, the first thing you look at that point and say, okay, what am I doing? What do I need to do? So you can use that to plan your months, to plan your weeks, and plan your days. The second option, it's the physical, where one could say, I use a diary, I use a journal, I use a planner, I also use a wall calendar. I used to have those wall calendars. I'm actually gonna go grab one when I go to town because it makes it clear. It's there on my wall. I'm able to see what am I doing this week, what am I doing in the next week, and also just to reflect in terms of what I've done in the previous week, in the previous month. So it's something that it's there on my wall and I'm able to plan accordingly. The last one, I also touched on it. It's an app. So there is different apps where sometimes you can also track your habits and sometimes you can also just note and set reminders in terms of what you need to do. When I have meetings and appointments, people get shocked when if I say I'll call at 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the phone is ringing. Because what I do, I set an alarm. It's not a lot of meetings or things that I need to attend to. So when an alarm rings, I put a name on it to say, this one, I need to call Ruzani at 1 o'clock. So the moment it's 1 o'clock, my phone rings, I take my call, and then I call Ruzani. So that helps me keep accountable. So it's important that you understand what works for you. And as we always say, simplicity is key. So I would love your input for you to just share some of the tools that you use and also what works for you. Anyone else that would like to share what has been working for them? Okay, I see Ruzani has posted on the chats. Oh, before Ruzani, there's a good morning compliments of the new year from Mayor Trifosa Ramano. You're most welcome. And then Ruzani is saying that I'm one with a to-do list book. I'm there with you, Ruzani. I also have a to-do list book, and I've just decided this year to say I need to keep it as one notebook because I've got so many notebooks that sometimes I write into and then I leave. And then when I bump into another notebook, I start writing. So now I've shown you the spiral notebooks that I bought last week. So this is notebook one for the year. And as it finishes, then I also have another one that I bought to say, okay, as I'm making my notes, as I'm going through my day-to-day, I write here, and then I also have a to-do list that I can come and scratch off. So sometimes it becomes difficult to do a to-do list every single day, but I have a long list. Now I've got like 18 things on my to-do list, and then I've got about 4 things that are already scratched out. So I know it's now 14 things that I need to do that are here. And it helps me keep accountable. I come and do my work here. And if it's related to this list, I come and scratch it out. And then the following week, when the week starts, I write the to-do list. So the things that I've already scratched out, I leave them out. And then on the following week, I will just write the things that are still outstanding. And then that's how I continue. So it helps me keep track of what I did. And then when I do them, I put a date there to say on the 6th of the 1st, I did this, I scratch it out. And sometimes it's little things that if I don't write them down, I would even forget, but I just note them here and then I scratch out once I do it. So it gives that sense of accomplishment as well. I see a comment, journey to success, set up goals, strategize development, developing a plan, learning from others, and also execute that plan. So that is exactly what we are doing, because sometimes when you don't have people that you work with or that keep you accountable, it becomes difficult to continue with your plans. There's a comment that's saying there are many tools to use online. You can create a vision board on Canva. You can keep it on your mobile. Thank you for that comment. It sounds like you just know exactly what we're going to do in the next week. There is always a danger of people going to vision board sessions. I know some of you are going to sign up, go attend vision board. So it's important that before you create a vision board, you write down your goals. You make sure that when you go and find those photos speak to your goals. Because I could have written all my goals here, let's say 6 of them, for example. But if I go to a vision board where the material that is presented has no photos that speak to my goal, I could come back with a vision board that speaks about something totally different. But if I've got my goals written down, I'm going to look for a photo that is speaking to this particular thing that is on my goal. Because as you page through, you could be like, oh, that's a nice couple. And then you cut and then power couple. But that was not on your goals for the year. So it's important that we do goal setting and then we do planning before we do a vision board. So that comment just opened or just gave ideas or gave you a hint of what we'll be doing next week, Friday, because I want to introduce us to Canva. Some people don't know Canva, and then I want us to do the vision board in a practical way where you'll be able to put those things together for yourself. Another comment, in setting up your goal, try be your own guidance counselor. Practical guides. Every so often, interview yourself by answering the question, what do I like to do? What gives me energy? What are my inspiration? And where do I see myself in 3 years? That is very important, because as we write the goals, we need to be able to look forward to the future. So, accountability partners, let me come back to that. They keep you motivated, they support you, they give you constructive feedback, and you're able to celebrate successes with someone. So with us successes, every Friday morning, 6 a.m., there's a post that goes up on the Facebook group to say it's time to celebrate our small weekly win. So that's another way of saying, let us celebrate those successes. So it's important that as we go from this session today, you're able to go to your goals, look at them and say, what is my goal under this section? And what are the milestones that I would need to achieve every single month in order to be able to reach those goals? And then let's look at January and build that January plan to say, on this goal for January, what do I need to do? And then on this other goal for January, what do I need to do? And once you've written what you need to do, then you ask yourself, when do I need to do these things? So you can then put those weekly actions and then be able to keep track. So you can even have like a table where you say, week 1, these are the tasks that I need to do, and then this is my progress note. What have I done so far with regards to this particular goal? So that is all for today. I don't know if we can have like 5 more minutes for comments, questions, engagements, or someone that would like to share anything related to planning. But from my side, I just want to say thank you all for joining today's session, and let's make 2025 a year of action, growth, and success. And I look forward to seeing you next week, Friday. Anyone else that would like to share something, you're most welcome to unmute and then engage.
Oh, hello again, everyone. I don't have a lot to say. I just wanted to say, Mulalo, thank you so much. I don't think you know how inspiring you are, how some of us look at you and you are so consistent in what you do and in offering yourself to helping us also to realize our dreams and to help us connect with others who are like-minded. Thank you so much. And to everyone, I just want to say I pray and hope that all of us will be able to reach our goals. And don't be shy if you feel like you're falling short or you've lost your way. Let us really make this our cornerstone where we meet and help each other up. Thank you, Queens, for crowning each other and for appreciating each other. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a good way to start off a new year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Itumeleng. There's a comment that says, I like the accountability partner, very important. So everyone that is studying, there's a study support group. You could wake up at 6 and then you find people that have checked in at 4 to say we are studying. People showing photos of what's on their laptops, photos of books, photos of coffee, and that does keep us motivated. So you don't have to be studying the same thing. You could be busy with your undergrad, your postgrad, your short course, your research, or even reading books that are out of your own interest. Yes. There's a comment by Advocate Mugibi saying that thank you for the helpful tips. Can't talk where I am, but I'm following and taking notes. This is the kind of support that I need and needed for a long time in order to reach my goals. 2025, here I come. And Catherine says, thank you for the tips, no questions. And then Meraman was saying that reading a book, Unapologetically Ambitious, very good practical guide to achieving goals. I hope we're all making notes of the books that we are reading. And then Patience says thank you. And then Sylvia saying thank you for the session that will assist me to structure myself, and very inspiring breakfast club. So everyone, all the best as you go and write the milestone. I will just reiterate. So today you're looking at the SMART goals that you've set for yourself, and then you're looking at what are the milestones, what are the things that I need to achieve continuously in order to be able to say I've reached success on this goal. And then you allocate those milestones to months. And then after allocating them to months, you ask yourself, what do I need to do weekly in order to achieve the goals for the first month? Once you have done that, you say, what do I need to do daily? And as you do the daily plan, you could even say, morning, I wake up and then I read. And then afternoon, I'm focusing on work. Evening, I'm focusing on my health and wellness. You could do it like that if it gives you a bit of structure, so that you know that this 2-3 hours, it's for this. This 6 hours is for umphathi, sebenzini, sasebenza, and then this other hours we're working for ourselves. And then for next week, we will be looking at vision board. So those that have done vision boards before would be so happy to hear about your experiences. Those that will be doing vision boards for your first time, it's nothing scary. What we'll do, you need to go and download Canva and also look at your goals and go on Google and then search for photos that speak to your goals. And then with that, that's what you'll bring to the session next week. Thank you very much for joining the session. Yeah, we have notes and preparation notes for next week. I'm already thinking about when we do things that are related to our finances, we will just say, go and download your bank statements, and then let's see each other next week. So for this one, it's just downloading Canva and looking for photos that speak directly to your goals. I wish you all the best as we finish off the week, and then have a lovely day further. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Mulalo.
Thank you.